Seattle at the Washington Arboretum. It's a 230-acre park. We're gonna head up Azalea Way and we're gonna see what exciting plants we can find. The landscaping is picturesque thanks to the city of Seattle, which maintains the roads, trails, lawns, and utilities. But it's the University of Washington that curates the plants. Our first stop is to see the Japanese maples. I about had a heart attack because I saw a kid get really close to this water, and then I remembered we're not in Florida anymore, so no alligators. This was my favorite maple from the collection. So this is Azalea Way. It is considered the most prominent part of the Arboretum. The original plantings of cherries, azaleas, and rhododendrons was in 1939, and before that, this was actually a racetrack for horses. 3/4-mile track. Pretty cool. There is a section of the park dedicated to rhododendrons, the Rhodendron Glen, but really, you'll find rhododendrons everywhere you go. That's because they're a staple of the Pacific Northwest, with over 2,000 locally named cultivars. You'll get to the sign for the Union sculpture, look forward, and you won't find it. That's because it's behind and above you. This beauty consists of 2 giant nets with 6,500 molded resin pieces suspended in the air. It's made to resemble the cell structure of western red cedars. The origin of the Eagle Clan totem pole is not an American Indian thing, so it's giving me some Bohemian Grove vibes. Park closes at 8. I'm not sure I want to know what happens here after dark. Oh, coyotes. Yeah, I won't be sticking around. Here we are at the turtle pond. We didn't see any sunbathers, but they did get themselves away from within. The Lookout Gazebo was also built in 1939 by the Olmsted Brothers firm, which designed the entire Arboretum to be the crown jewel of the Emerald City's park system. You don't see a lot of tropicals in the Pacific Northwest. Here is the closest thing to a plant we sell on our website, Camellia, and there's a whole section dedicated to them. They're related to the green tea plant, Camellia sinensis. The white flowers on this camellia are identical, but this plant could live up to 200 years, whereas our tea plants will live 30 to 50. The magnolias were not in bloom, but the trees themselves are a wonder to behold, and we can see flowers that are just getting ready to open up. We did find one other Wellspring Gardens plant cousin in the Pacific Connections garden, the alpine bottlebrush. Our version is Little John red cluster bottlebrush tree. Theirs isn't in season, but it will similarly put out a red scrub brush-like flower. There are some non-native species planted here as well, including this peculiar specimen from the Gateway to Chile garden. It's known as the monkey puzzle tree. There's also the New Zealand flax, Phormium, which is actually a lily and has food, medicine, and clothing properties. Now the garden does have a little plant shop, and you can transact business even if it's after 4 p.m. and the visitor center is closed. But make sure you pay that Washington State and Kings County sales tax. 10% sales tax. 10%. Over 10%. That's insane. Depending on the amount of time you have, there are trails to meet your needs. If you have an hour, the Lookout Trail is a 1-mile loop from the Woodland Garden to the Lookout Gazebo. But if you're limited to 20 minutes, the Pinetum Loop Trail is the way to go. If you ever doubt whether you belong here, you belong at the Arboretum. Another great option, if you have a bicycle, is riding around the exterior of the park. You can take in many of the sights in much less time than it takes to walk. A lot of the trails are closed to bicycles, but as long as you stay on the outside perimeter, you should be good.